now want to talk about knowing your career plan. When you have a vision, that vision has to be translated into reality, but you do that through a plan. Planning is important. A lot of times people fail to translate their visions into reality because they don't have a plan. So I want to look at the question of time management and why time is so important, to your career success. You need to know that everything you will ever achieve in your life is done within the context of time. Time is a resource, and it's a resource that you can either use or lose. When you lose time, you can't recover it. So if you are going to achieve great things in life, one of the key things is you need to be time conscious. You need to be someone who knows the value of time and then utilize that time, invest that time so that you can achieve great things. As you plan your career, you need to know that you need to think in terms of the long term, the medium term, and the short term. How are you going to use your time to achieve your long-term vision? How are you going to use your time to achieve your medium-term vision? And how are you going to use your time to achieve your short-term vision? So as we think about your time, I want you to think at those three levels: long-term, medium-term, and then short-term. When you have a vision, your vision, you should have it in those three levels. Start with the end in mind. What is the long-term vision for your career? And then you translate that, or you break it down into the medium-term vision in terms of your career. And then you come to the short-term. So when you are using your time, you need to actually know that it is that context within which you achieve your dreams. The challenge that a lot of people have is that they've got dreams, but they have no time frames to achieve those dreams. And before you think of it, all the time is gone, and that dream has not been achieved. So it doesn't matter what dream you have, you need then to put it into the context of time and say, how am I going to use my time, to achieve that dream? So let's look at how you achieve your dream within time. And I'm going to look at some time management skills that you need. And as you manage your time, one of the key things you need is just the discipline, the knowledge of the value of time. I've seen a lot of people who hang around, just wasting time, just wasting time and not investing it. Now, this is how you are going to actually invest your time when you talk of time management. Number one, when you are going into a year, any year, you need to come up with what you call high priority goals. Or if you want to put it differently, must achieve goals for that year. Don't go into a year without goals. Be clear about your goals. What exactly do you want to achieve, within that given year? You list your goals, your overall goals, for that year. And after you have done that, you then break it down further. You say, within the first quarter or first 3 months of that year, which of these listed goals do I want to achieve? Within the next quarter, which goals do I want to achieve? Within the third quarter, which goals do I want to achieve? And then within the last quarter of that year, which goals do I want to achieve? And when you are talking about this, be specific about that which you want to achieve. Don't say, I want to pass. It's not a goal. How much do you want to pass? Be clear about that goal. And then when you have broken it down into quarterly goals, you break it further down. And you say, within the first quarter, I'm breaking this now into months. What do I want to achieve within the first month of that year? What do I want to achieve within the second month? What do I want to achieve within the third month? So you become very clear what you want to achieve, within that first quarter. And you do the same, for the second quarter, for the third, and for the last quarter. And then you break it further down. And you look at that first month and you say, now that I've set these goals that I want to achieve within the first month, which goals do I want to achieve within the first week of that month? And which goals do I want to achieve within the second week? Which goals do I want to achieve within the third and within the fourth week of that month? That way you are removing clutter and confusion. and you are becoming a goal-oriented person. And then the other part is you break it down further and say, okay, if this is what I want to achieve within the first week, what do I want to achieve within the first day of that week? And then within the second day, within the third day, and so forth. What it will do to you is you then start to put value to your time. A lot of times people know what they want to do, but because they don't put time frames. We're talking about time framing, where you have got frames of time to say, this must be done within such a time. That actually will help you a lot in terms of, maximizing, your potential and achieving, your goals and so forth. That's very clear. You need that discipline. Now, what is also important is, as we talk about all these things, these goals must be written. Don't talk about goals that are just abstract, that you are just thinking about. If you're going to achieve those goals, they must be written down. And when you write them, it also helps you to crystallize your thinking. And then what you do is, as you now start each month, we always say do a preview and a review. That is very important. A preview is an opportunity for you to walk through that month and say, these are the goals for this month. And you set them out, you write them out, you put them somewhere where you can always be seeing them. And you can preview, you can see them. And you can, one of the key things is, as you do these goals, think about the benefits for each of the goals. It's actually going to help you a lot. Where you say, this is the goal, what are the benefits? Because it inspires you, it motivates you. Because when you talk of human psychology, a person is motivated, by benefits or fear of loss. That's how human beings think. If they can see the benefit, that's what motivates them, or fear of loss. So when you put each of those goals for the month, put something against each goal where you say, this is the benefit, for each of the goals. That actually helps you a lot to motivate you. So you do your preview, but also as you come to the end of the month, you do your review. You look at how much did I achieve the goals that I was meant to achieve. And this process of previewing and reviewing, you don't just do it monthly. You do it also on a weekly basis. As you start your week, you have your preview, you have got your review. If there are goals you fail to achieve for any reason, you say, how do I actually adjust my plans so that I still achieve those goals? But you need to create that discipline within yourself, where you say once a goal has been set, it becomes a must-achieve goal. If there are obstacles, how do I work around those obstacles so that I achieve my goals? So this gives you an orderly life. I want to say, if you're going to have a career planning and career development that works, you need to be a disciplined person. A person who has got a clear way of translating their set goals into reality. You will notice that the more organized you become, you will achieve a lot more than you have ever thought. Most people today are failing to achieve great things because they are losing time. And I'm saying time is a resource. Be disciplined. Yes, you can have time for leisure, you can have time to relax, but plan for it. Plan for it. You work first and then you relax and rest. And then there are people who start by resting and they're relaxing and playing. And then they never get into the mode of working and achieving their goals. So be goal-oriented. Be someone who is clear about your time and about the priorities that you want to achieve within that set time. The more you do that, you will notice as you move into your career, as you operate into your career, you will become a highly productive person. Careers require and demand people who are productive. And that's a very key thing for you. But you do it within a given time. So remember, you were born for a purpose. But for you to achieve your purpose, you need to be time conscious and you need to invest in your time and choose and pursue that career that will bring lasting success and satisfaction to your life.